all this supernatural this human being means as just like a god man or whatever. At the later stage, they find their body has become a burden for them, and it is a kind of impediment for them for the advancement of the spirituality life. But if the body has become a burden for them, but without body, how they can achieve the mukti? Because for the mukti, I think soul needs a body to get the mukti. If there's no body, where's the question of mukti? Okay, another question is, how do we find out that particular person has achieved the mukti? Because we call it that this man was very good, he must have achieved mukti. But how we can be sure that he achieved the mukti and he is not going to come back?
Okay. Yeah. For the first part of the question, let me just do the story of Vivekananda, because that's the best way of sorting it out. He used to say that I'll finish my work, and when I've done my work, I will leave my body and go. Because some people, when they finish their work, they want to stay around and get all the kind of glory. People sit at their feet and massage their feet and offer coconuts. And so this Vivekananda said, once I do my work, I go off. I've done my job, I disappear. I don't want to stay around. And he used to tell everybody, I won't live to the age of 40. He said, that's enough. Adi Shankara, I think, lived to the age of 32. Vivekananda lived to the age of 40, 39 in fact. So he said, why did he do that? You see, at the last stage, he used to say that really, if you've got a huge tree, it is difficult for other little saplings to grow underneath the huge tree. The big tree kind of overpowers them and doesn't allow them to develop fully. He said, I've done my job, I've planted the seed, now let little seedlings, little saplings grow and become tiddlers, but whatever, let them grow in their own way without me kind of continue to overpower them. My job is done, I walk out. And just 2 or 3 days before, and there's another interesting part of the story, we are fast forwarding the story. This Ramakrishna used to say, Vivekananda does not know his true glory, what caliber he comes with, what capacity he comes with. He doesn't know himself. He said, I'm keeping it under lock and key. I don't want him to find out. I'm his guru, I'm going to hold it down. He doesn't know who he truly is. The moment he realizes what is his true dignity, true magnificence, his majesty, the moment he realizes that, he will not be able to stay in the body. Because such a grand personality cannot contain himself in the body. Just like Ramakrishna used to have difficulty in getting back in the body, this Vivekananda will not get in the body. He will discard it the moment he finds out. See, these were kind of predictions made by the Guru. And just 1 or 2 days before, Vivekananda actually passed away. Sister Nivedita, they were sitting eating lunch, and just for fun, they asked, Swamiji, do you know who you are? They thought it's funny, nice question, on lunch table to ask. The worst question to ask. In a grave voice, Vivekananda says, yes, I know. The table became silent because they remembered the Guru's words. Said, oh dear, we shouldn't have started this journey. And just a couple of days after, he gave up his body. And again, he gave it, look at the majesty of him giving up the body. You see, he said, just after he passed away, one of his brother disciples in Chennai had the vision of him appearing in front of him at the same time, saying, Shashibai, I have spat my body away. It was becoming tiresome. I will now inspire far more number of people without having a body, because I'll enter the souls and lift them up. I'm going to inspire whole of humanity, and this one body and this ability for the body to move his arms and lecture is limited. I've spat my body. Look at the language. I spat my body away. Tukineku. Boom. Because I'm going to now inspire lots of people continually without a body. And look, again, check out your families. Check out your parents and your grandparents or your great-grandparents. All of them will be influenced by Vivekananda. I meet so many people who say, I don't know, but in my grandfather there was this picture of this man standing like that. I say, I know. You see, he's already there. In most homes, he has already inspired, and he continues to inspire. Without a body, he's inspiring even more number of people. Because the real inspiration doesn't come from outside, doesn't require television screen. That's for people like us. The real inspiration comes from within. You want to stir up human beings. You don't need a external person saying, come on, come on. It has to come from within them. He does that. He winds them up from inside. That is why this story is a continuing story of Vivekananda. The second part of your question says, how do we know somebody has achieved nirvana or moksha, not going to come back? Well, if you don't like the person, you wish he has got nirvana, he doesn't come back. Good, good, good. I hope it was not meant like that, that you want good riddance. The real answer is this: only he knows. You will never know. It is a personal journey, and the destination is highly individual, and the journey is very personal. So you will, even if you are sitting, look, they say in the Vedic scriptures, they say, if you are sitting next to a Brahmagnani, the person who is established in God experience all the time, you will not know. You won't have a clue. He can hide himself. He doesn't have to make himself known. And I tell you, I'm pretty sure that thousands of human beings in this world, not only India, throughout the world, have hit the jackpot and have made no noise, didn't beat drums, disappeared and merged into the Almighty without making any fuss. So who cares for making a fuss or getting a name and fame? They have touched base with their real nature, God, and they merge in it without any fuss. They just, without making, they alone know. The rest of us can just speculate. So if you say, how do you know somebody is, I have no clue. Only he knows. I don't know.